Johnny Murray here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about the state of play that happened on June 4th this summer. This is, PlayStation's big summer event in a way. Even though it's not a showcase state of play, but it's still their event. We're going to be giving you my review, a little recap, talk about the games that I found interesting and just talking about them. Yeah, I'm doing this for all the showcases. Xbox I just did. It's already up. Make sure you go check that out. But I'm also going to be doing it for Summer Games Fest. That's going to come out after this one. But I know this is at this point a week old, but I've just been super busy. There's a ton of content coming out, so sorry for the bombard, honestly, of content. There's just too much, but we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it, but it doesn't matter what you guys love. PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, third-party, PC, VR, indie, whatever it may be. Consider subscribing, share with your friend. Appreciate all the support you guys give me, especially support in this video right here. But without further ado, let's go. Let's talk about the PlayStation State of Play that happened on June 4th, Wednesday, 2025. And just as a review, right? I guess we'll start it off. What was my expectations? My expectations were actually pretty high because PlayStation honestly just needed a great show, right? They needed a great show. They just are under so much fire with all their live service stuff. There's so much bad news surrounding them, but at the same time, they still have great games, and there's still a lot to look forward to when it comes to PlayStation. So for me, I was like, yo, there's too many things that add up here. God of War 2D thing, Resident Evil 9, their Ghost of Yotei, Saros. There's so many things that lined up. I was like, yo, if they do what I think they should do and probably will do, this might be one of the best state of plays ever. And what I'll say is, honestly, after digesting it a couple times, I've rewatched it about 3 times. I've showed a bunch of friends it. I think this is a really great state of play. I think this was a really great state of play, and for all the reasons I didn't expect. And the reasons I think this is really great is because there were a lot of surprises during this one. Were there the things that I expected? Absolutely not. I don't know if there was really anything I expected outside of Silent Hill. And that is crazy because the things I think that 100% would have been here were not. I mean, technically Ghost of Yotei was, but at the same time really wasn't. And we're kind of going to talk about that. Do I think that this show was missing something? I do think this show was missing something. In my opinion, it probably was the Ghost of Yotei segment. I think if they would have done that, I would be much higher on this show than I am. But granted, I still think this is a great show. If I had to put a score on it, like if we did a Johnny Murray review for it, I would probably say it's an 8 out of 10, right? And I gave the Xbox Showcase an 8.5 out of 10. I'm not really comparing those two. To me, this is an 8 out of 10 state of play, not an 8 out of 10 event. If we're comparing it to Xbox Showcases or Game Awards, it'd probably be a little bit lower. But that's just because these are two completely different showcases. The vibe and format and just the scale of these are completely different. But for me, I really, really enjoyed this state of play because there were so many games I was like, oh, exciting. And so we're going to kind of talk about, and I do think this state of play has aged really well because specifically a couple of these games that we saw here have since then gotten a lot of new information and people have previewed, and they are getting really, really good impressions. So we're kind of going to talk about that. So let's just go ahead and get started talking about the ones that I found exciting. And I feel like, look, this is me. This is not the one that everybody's going to jump on. We all know which one everybody talks about first and which one has been the talk of the town. We're not going to start with that. To me, we're going to start with, you clicked on a Johnny Murray video, so you're getting the Johnny Murray impression. Pragmata, baby. Pragmata was finally shown. And I mean, genuinely got a trailer, not just, we saw some very little sneak peeks and then they gave us a delay announcement. No, we actually saw combat, we actually saw character voice lines, we actually saw environments, we saw things in this game. And this one actually kind of hit me kind of emotionally, which is really wild because the moment they actually started showing the game, it dawned upon me, this is probably the game I've waited the longest ever to just see. Not even to play, not even to get announced, just to see. What is this game? I've waited since before the PS5 even came out. 5 years. I've waited since Miles Morales was announced. Not even came out. Pragmata was announced the exact same day Spider-Man Miles Morales was announced. We now have Spider-Man 2. Do you understand how long that is and how honestly crazy that is? The fact that this game has taken that long. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And so in that moment, I was like, wow, I've really spent a whole half a decade just waiting to see this game. And it's one thing to say, I think the trailer was good. You know, I think the trailer was good. The things I saw, I was like, yo, this is exactly what I thought the game would look like. I think it looks good. I'm excited. But now, after Summer Games Fest, people have played the game. People have played the game. They have had previews. I've watched Maximilian Dude. I've watched Kind of Funny. I've watched other content creators talk about it. And what, like, just absolutely warms my heart, and it just makes me so happy, the fact that I love Capcom so much. A lot of them are saying this is one of their favorite games that they played during Summer Games Fest. And that just, that makes me so happy, because I have been a champion for this game since day one, and it's been so hard to be a champion of this game because we didn't see anything about it. We didn't know what the heck the game even was. Anytime Pragmata came up in the conversation, I was always like, yo, I'm telling you, I am so excited for this game. I don't know why, and I don't have any justification for it, but I am. Anytime we were doing things on Topsters, it was always near the top, and they were like, why? And I couldn't explain it to you. I couldn't tell you. I have been a believer in this game since day one for absolutely no reason. I was completely unjustified to do it. But there was something that I saw in that announcement trailer. I was like, I love this concept so much. If this ends up being anything remotely like what the concept is, I'm going to love this game. And now seeing it and hearing everybody's previews, and honestly, from what I've heard from previews, this game sounds completely different than what I even thought it was going to be. I am so happy for this game. I have been holding on to the idea that I am so confident in this game for so long. Not only because it's Capcom, let's be honest. Do they miss? No. This really does excite me because I am genuinely so excited, not just for the idea of this game, but the fact that this is a game and the fact that this may be a high quality product. I am so excited. It just warms my heart for this game. So yeah, definitely in the moment, I was like, yo, Pragmata, awesome. But now, a week afterwards, when people have actually gotten to play it, I am genuinely so excited for this game. So for me, Pragmata, is one of my games of the week, to be honest with you. Not because of exactly what we saw, but just the idea that I waited so long, and the fact that what I saw I really liked, and things that people have played is really good. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Let's go ahead and move on. I just went on my Pragmata rant. Like, honestly, we do this, me and my friend group, we do this fantasy critic thing where we do like fantasy football, but it's for video game reviews. Basically, we get points based on what the game reviews. I'm so tempted to just pull the trigger on Pragmata next year, just because I have been that much of a believer. Like, I will stay side by side with that game till the day that game releases. I am a believer in this game. I will champion and defend this game for absolutely no reason since the very beginning. Over half a decade. Man, absolutely incredible. Like, I just want it to pay off in the end. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to finally play it and be like, we did it. I did it. You did it, Capcom. Like, man, what a journey. What a journey. Like, it really almost brought me to tears when I saw it, because it just hit me like a truck. I was like, wow, I've waited so long for this. And I like it. Like, I actually like it. It wasn't just interesting to me. I actually liked what I was seeing. So, but yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Speaking of things that I really, really liked, to me, this was the most impressive thing for me at the show. And not in the sense like I think this is going to be the best game, or this was necessarily the best looking thing to me, right? For me, this is like what I expected versus how I feel, right? The difference between it is crazy, because the idea of the game I was not really excited for. But then when I saw it, I was like, oh, this game looks really good. And that is 007 First Light. I'm not a James Bond fan. I've never played a James Bond game. Don't really like the movies. Not the biggest Hitman fan either. I enjoy the games, but I'm not like super duper excited for anything like that. But when I saw this trailer, I was like, yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. I really like what I'm seeing. Combat, performance-wise, production-wise, everything. Like, just the way they constructed the trailer, I was like, yo, this feels like a blockbuster, low-key. Like, this feels awesome. Everything just really kind of blew me away. Like I said, was this the thing that I thought looked the best during the show? No, that goes to something else that we'll talk about later. But from what I was expecting to what we got, it is 100% the thing that impressed me the most. And I am shocked. Like, I'm shocked. Like, I really don't have much more to say. We're going to be talking about it more in days to come. I have a full list of like over 10 games that we're going to be individually breaking down and talking about, so you'll hear more about that later. Pragmata being one of those as well. So First Light is going to be one of those as well. So I'm excited to talk more a bit about it, but I'm pretty excited for this. I like the idea and I like what I saw, so looking forward to it. But for me, let's just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. The thing that is obviously the game of the show for almost everybody, and for good reason. I do think this is the best looking thing of the show, and that is Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. It is a new fighting game by Arc System Works, and it is Marvel, baby. Like, first of all, holy crap. Second of all, where did this come from? Third of all, let's go. Arc System Works just makes banger of fighting games. Anybody who says otherwise is just factually wrong. We're talking Fighter Z. We're talking Guilty Gear. We're talking Grand Blue Fantasy, I do believe, right? But nonetheless, this game came out of nowhere, and it looked awesome. It looked so awesome. The art style, the character designs, the gameplay, everything was just like, oh my gosh, we are so back. And the reason I say we are so back is people have been wanting a Marvel fighting game ever since Marvel Capcom Infinite flopped. Forever. People have been begging for it. And if Capcom ain't gonna do it to us, Arc System Works, honestly, I'm sold. Like, I'm sold. Like, I don't need to see anything else. Like, you know what's so funny is people have kind of been, like, using this as, like, almost, like, disses towards Capcom. Like, we don't need you anymore, Capcom. Like, wow, Capcom couldn't do it, so this person did it. It's so funny because, like, Capcom is, like, widely known to be, like, one of the best publishers in the game right now. I personally think they are the best publisher in the game right now. The one L that they take is not even their doing. It's the fact that someone else is doing it, and it just looks bad on Capcom, which is just so funny. But I honestly can't defend it. Like, Capcom, they dropped the ball on it, man. They didn't want to make a fighting game. Marvel, someone else took the opportunity, and here we go. Marvel took on Fighting Souls, and honestly, I'm glad because it looks incredible. I love the characters we saw. I really loved everything. The music. They went into like a kind of whole documentary segment during the State of Play. I thought that was really cool. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, absolutely fire announcement. And I think that was honestly a great way to close the show. Something completely unexpected that looks really, really good. So, yeah, super duper excited about that. The next thing we're going to talk about is a little bit of a surprise. Didn't expect this. This is Nioh 3. Now, I'm not really the biggest Nioh fan. Honestly, this is a hot take. Out of all the Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo stuff, Nioh is actually one of my least favorites out of them. My personal favorite is Wo Long. I know, like I said, hot take, but I absolutely love that. And then, obviously, I'm a big Ninja Gaiden fan. I think Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to be definitely my favorite after that. But I enjoyed the Nioh games, though. Don't get it twisted. Just because I said they're my least favorite, I still really enjoyed that. So I was just pleasantly surprised by Nioh 3, but I will say I love what they're adding here. The idea that you can switch between being like a ninja and a samurai, like mid-fight, like literally mid-attack. I really like that. I think that's really cool. But we're just going to have to see. But anyway, moving forward, the thing I'm going to talk about... okay, you know what? Let me just get this out of the way. Ghost of Yotei was at the show. But they completely blue-balled me. They completely blue-balled everybody. The game, their only first-party game that has a release date right now is Ghost of Yotei, October 2nd. So we're talking 4 months from now. We have yet to see gameplay. We've seen story, we've seen visuals, we've seen the release date, we've seen the collector's edition. You know what we haven't seen? Gameplay. The most important thing about a game. We haven't seen gameplay. And, well, it's got to be here, right? It's got to be here. Oh, Ghost of Yotei showed up. Here we go. We're about to see gameplay. We'll see you next month. That's what they said. We'll see you next month. Wow. Just, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Granted, looking forward to that state of play next month. Heck yeah, about Ghost of Yotei, a whole state of play just on Ghost of Yotei. I'm down. I'm ready. Will I be an emotional wreck during that? Absolutely. But was I an emotional wreck during this state of play? Absolutely, because y'all just blue ball me. I've been waiting so long to see this game's gameplay, and y'all just gonna give it. If you guys are watching this and you're new to the channel, just know Ghost of Tsushima is my favorite game of all time. This has been my most anticipated game ever. And it just blue balled me. It absolutely just said, you want it, psych, you're gonna have to wait one more month. Wow, just absolutely crazy. I feel like they did that a lot this week. Like, definitely the Resident Evil 9 thing was kind of like a psych moment, but more on that in another video. But yeah, so looking forward to that next month. But Silent Hill F was at the show. This is like the one thing that I actually expected. This is like the one thing where I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense to be here. This is kind of what I expect to be here. And I think it looks great. I'm not completely sold on it yet. I think the story is gonna have to prove itself, but it's Silent Hill, so not really worried about that. Gameplay is definitely gonna have to prove itself. I mean, I don't know like how confident I am in it, right? I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. Do I think it is going to be like Silent Hill 2? I don't know about that. I could see this like being just a very just a great game. Just a great game, and that's honestly all I want. I think the concept's really cool, and I think the things that we've seen are very interesting looking. But I definitely don't want this to be a more like style over substance horror game, because while I love horror games, they're like top 3 genre for me. There are some out there that it's just like, okay, I think we're doing a little bit too much here, and we're kind of lacking the things that actually like get you hooked in. I don't want it to be that, but what I will say is the combat looks very Silent Hill. Visuals look very Silent Hill. The music is very Silent Hill. The characters, very Silent Hill. I just think all those things will have to prove itself. And this is also the very first original like Konami game out of their big franchises, right? All we've had up to this point is remakes. And so this is going to be their moment. This is like, yo, we are back with completely original games. This is going to be their moment. Hopefully they deliver, because I want Konami to be like, yo, we are a straight up big third-party publisher again. Don't think we're going playing soccer now, because we're back. Silent Hill, Metal Gear, hopefully Castlevania at some point. But I do think it looks good, really good. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Final Fantasy Tactics was here. Nice surprise. I'm personally not really interested in it, just because I just don't think I'll really enjoy myself with it. But this has been highly requested, and there's a lot of people looking forward to it. So big W for them. Other things, Sword of the Sea got a release date. Very excited about this one. I am a huge fan of the Pathless. It is like one of my favorite indie games. It was like a game that I played like close to the launch of the PS5, and I just absolutely adored it. I've put the Pathless on like some of my friends' radar. Like Austin, I told him to play it, and he absolutely loved it as well. So I'm very much looking forward to Sword of the Sea, just to hop back into a game by this studio. And I think it's Giant Squid, I think is the studio. Yeah, should be a fun time. Metal Gear Solid Delta got a trailer here. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to be so straight up with you. And me and Jordan, you guys know Jordan for the Player Way channel. We actually had this discussion in the car the other day. I did not think this was a very good trailer. Like, not in the sense that, like, the things they showed, like, just were, like, necessarily bad. I just wasn't really impressed by what I saw. Like, it kind of gave me Silent Hill 2 vibes when we saw the trailer and we're like, I thought it would look better, which is weird because I feel like all the trailers they've showed previously looked so much better. This one did not hit me the right way. I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'm very impressed by this. Granted, don't get it wrong, I still have the utmost confidence in this game. Like, we're talking about Metal Gear 3 here. We're talking about a remake that up until now has looked great. I really don't think this game is gonna be bad whatsoever. So like, don't let this recent trailer and the things I'm saying right here like twist it. No, this game's gonna be phenomenal. I'm not doubting that at all. I'm just saying the trailer they showed here, I was like, it's kind of a weak trailer. I don't know if it was just the way they edited the trailer, the things that they showed, but I was just not really impressed. I'll be honest with you. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. This was announced completely out of left field. I'm very excited for it. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. One of my favorite franchises as well. Yeah, we're just getting a bunch of the classics. Super down for that. But yeah, there were some other things I thought looked interesting that I'm not, like, I didn't put on my list or anything, but Tides of Tomorrow I think looked interesting. Bloodstains looked interesting. Sea of Remnants I thought looked cool. But outside of that, that's pretty much it. But I mean, that's majority of the state of play. There were things that I just didn't care about at all, like Romeo's Dead Man, Luminous Arise, Thief VR, didn't care about that. Digimon, not thing for me. So there were things I just didn't care about. But for the most part, I thought it was a really solid state of play. I didn't think there were a lot of, I didn't think there was a lot of just absolute garbage in there, right? There, like, mostly everything they saw I thought was at least notable to some degree. So for me, I really enjoyed this state of play. I think what really would have made this a really great state of play would have been gameplay for Ghost of Yotei. But as far as just games that they showed, can't really complain. A lot of good stuff here. Let me know in the comments what are some of the top things that you liked, and I would love to talk about it. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, ton of content coming out, so be ready for all that. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Giant out.